Yo, 25 seconds early. How about that one? How's the audio, Sean? Sean says, sup, losers. How's everyone doing tonight? What a greeting. What a salutation. I think you just set me up on that one. He figures I'll just read anything that pops up on the screen. And you, sir, are correct. All right, what is going... Why can't I browse the internets? So, the market is exploding. Just like this live stream with all 4 people. I announced it about 6, maybe 7 minutes ago. TCG Addict? I feel like I know who that is. It sounds familiar. But you guys are changing names on me. TJ Salute. That one also sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking of JT. There's a JT that's usually in the stream. Oh shit, issues were found on the virus scanner. I did a reboot to ensure internet stability. Let me see where we're at on the Facebook group is at 3,940 people. I feel like we're up 2, down 1 daily. Maybe I don't think there's a whole lot of attrition, but it seems like we're miles away from 4,000. Oh, Chris Scott, what's up, man? Yeah. John, how's it going? Good to see you. All right. So, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Has anybody done the math? Let me do the overhead cam here. I think, let me hang on a second. I need some settings here. All right, menu, boom. All right. Wild Job is here. We're ready to go now. All right, guys. So we need an extra camera from right over top. Boom. All right, we got one of those. Let's see here. Got one of these. What happened to my jacked frog? I know I got a jacked frog around here. I left it downstairs. Damn it. All right. Let's see here. Got this one. All right, guys. You ever seen one of these before? I've never seen one of these before. Evo Retro. Shield Plus Top Loader Binder. And then, of course, we have this pretty little boy. So let me do one of these. Look at this here, guys. Mikhail Nagypal. So Mikhail hit me up on like Thursday or Friday of last week. And he was like, hey, Mike, I'm sending you 4 cards. And one of them is a gift to you. And I mean, basically through process of elimination, it's got to be the jacked frog, because people were memeing me about flexing the Sir Tristan painting, and he's got this like he's doing killer pose, and Frogman Dan was super jealous. But this one, so I think that I don't know. I sent him a message, but it's late in Europe, so he hasn't responded yet. So I'll get confirmation tomorrow that Jacked Frog was for me. And then there's 3 other artist proofs, and this is the first. The Dead of Night Demon. So if you guys remember, like way back in the early days when I first started doing artist proof auctions, I think maybe, was Mikhail Nagypal the first artist proofs that were ever offered? It might have been. I think it might have been. And there were like 4 of them. It was really early on, and they went like super cheap. We auctioned them, and there was like, I don't know, it was the early days of auctions. The group was much smaller. My Discord was much smaller. And now we're at well over 5,000 people across the 2. So there's a lot of auction interest and bid interest, especially in like all art categories are absolutely popping off like crazy. There's super demand for art, which is great to see in Sorcery. It's exactly what we want to see from such a significant art project like this. And So I remember the Dead of Night Demon was you know what? Let's just look at this real quick. Look at this freaky ass demon. This is wild, man. Because if you look at the Dead of Night Demon here, look at this guy. He's like generally unassuming. He looks like he's being tortured. He means no harm to you. He is the one who is under duress. Because it says an ordinary demon stalks the witching hour. So he is doing some stalking. You know, he's in this like very dark setting, and it'd be really interesting to see this original painting. The unfortunate thing about the paintings that Eric owns, and Eric acquired all of Mikhail's paintings. There were a few artists where Eric scooped up all of the paintings from like a lot of these emerging artists, you know? And Mikhail was one of those. He got all of his, and he offered a few of Mikhail's through the collector tier of the Kickstarter. So we've seen a few of those. You know, I actually auctioned several of those, I think. I mean, I auctioned the which ones did I've sold several from the collector tier. You know what? We're gonna have to go to the Facebook group and do some research here in a minute. Let's actually do that really quick before we dive into the show and tell. And then we can look at the bearish cases because they're so freaking great. Look at these things. These cases are popping off. I got the metrics here. We've done about $5,000 in sales of these acrylic cases. They've been super popular. Bearish.com. And then the links in this video have the links at a discount. 5% for the average person that doesn't want to support Collector Art House Patreon, and 10% if you join the Patreon and find the exclusive code in my post. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to present the screen. Share that screen. Actually, you know what? I got to, where's Ivan at, man? I invited Ivan to come on. This guy Ivan's always talking on the social interwebs, like especially Discord Marketplace and Facebook. He's got a lot of ideas. So I was like, why don't you come on here and we'll talk about it. But now all of a sudden he fell off the face of the earth. I think he's in Europe or something. So, you know, we got time zone problems. I'm trying to see if he's still running wild on Discord. Nah, yeah, I refuse to read all his messages. There's just too much said. So he's gone. All right. So, yeah, the frog is downstairs, dude. All right, so here we go. We're on the community Facebook group. We have 3,940 members. So what I wanted to do here, guys, is do a search for, watch this, collector tier, right? And if we do, okay, boom, how about that one? This is the greatest sorcery database on the internet. You go to the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group, you just use the search feature, and you type in anything, you're going to find it. Probably every single card, all 403 cards, I would bet you. Just type it in there. See what comes up. You're going to find the original painting. You're going to find people posting the card, talking about the card, all types of interesting topics. So here on April 1st, and this I posted several times here. Yeah, if you scroll back in the history, I posted this in May, let's see. What did I say on May 26th of 2022? This is almost 2 years to the day. It says this Saturday. So, we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of the reveal of the collector tier cards. There was a YouTube live stream. This is what this is talking about. This Saturday, in the year 2022, May 26th, the 24 collector tier backers will find out via YouTube live stream event which of these amazing original paintings they will get in their Kickstarter pledge bundle. Full art images are available at the Collector Art House website. Look at that pump. The Collector Art House website. It's true. Back in the early 2022s, there was the Collector Art House website. I curated all these full art images of the paintings. All right, anyway. Full art images are available at the Collector Art House website. If you'd like to take a closer look, congratulations to the lucky 24. What a nice positive message that is. Congratulations to you guys. Now, if you would just sell me all these paintings, we'll take it up a level. All right, Siege Ballista. The Siege Ballista, and somebody's changed names. You notice here? Look at this. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let me tell you a few stories about these. So, I have some history with like probably almost all of these in some way. All right, because many of them I've sold myself. Others I know that they were resold and acquired by somebody else. All right, so maybe I shouldn't rattle off who has what. I'll just tell a little history about some of these. All right, so the Siege Ballista, Ballista. Let's call it Ballista. What was your favorite promo in the dust store? We're way off topic here, guys. Way off topic, sweet peas. We're not talking about dust store right now. Although I did have a question of how much dust does it take to acquire every single one of the dust promos? Has anybody done the math on that? I'd like to know that. If anyone has that math. All right, so we're talking about collector tier paintings. The Siege Ballista, don't know. I can't account for the whereabouts of that one. If you know, let me know. Amazon Warriors, there's a guy in my Patreon that owns that one. So that was resold. It was sold by a guy that I know that sold it to another guy that I know. Black Scorpions, I'll just go ahead and say Red Zone Rogue, pledged at the collector tier, and he owns that one. The Blood Ravens was acquired by a guy. Interesting story here. This one was damaged in transit when it was sent from New Zealand to the guy in, I think he was in Canada. Oh man, I should remember this because I sold this painting for him. And it was like not long ago. But yeah, it came up. He wanted to resell it, and so we sold it, disclosed that originally there was a little bit of damage. It was sent back to Mikhail Nagypal, the guy who brought us this beautiful gem right here that's currently live for auction for the next 24 hours until 8 p.m. Eastern on May 14, 2024. And so they sent that one back to Mikhail. Mikhail did the Black Scorpions and he did the Blood Ravens. And then he repaired it. He restored it. It looks friggin' amazing. Because I had it. You sent to me, and then I sold that. Oh, 5,000 just for the cards? Damn. That's a lot of dust, man. So what is that, 50 boxes? Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a bunch of boxes on that shelf behind me, but I don't think there's 50 of them. 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, might be one behind it. Let's call it 18, 19, 20 over there. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Got a case over there. That would take us to 35. We're within earshot of that. We could make the dream happen. But anyway, Blood Raven. So we sold that one. It was a nice little sale recently. The Deep Sea Mermaids. That's an interesting piece. I know who owns the Deep Sea Mermaids and the Magellan Globe. Two bangers. You got Elvira Shakarova, amazing. Elvira Palikowska, also amazing. And those are, so this is a beautiful water card, and then the Magellan Globe is a really, really good effect in the game. I think that's a significant card. The artist proofs for those are in pretty high demand and sell well. And those are great detailed pieces. So this guy owns both of those. I've considered maybe making a play to acquire those myself, but I don't know, man. The Dispel, I own that one. I do. I found the guy, and I bought that and his sample packs and the uncut sheets. Non-foil. Donnybrook Inn, who owns that? Who owns it? There's 41 people right now. And by the way, you should like and subscribe to this channel. I just said there's like over 5,000 people across just my primary Facebook group. I have like 5 Facebook groups, maybe more than that, all sorcery related, except Collector Art House group and Collector Art House. Collector House page is entirely sorcery related. Collector Art House group is now basically sorcery related because that's really my primary game there. The only one I really care about. But anyway, we got all these groups, and I got like 1,500 subs. 5,000 plus people. 1,500 subs. How about it? Like and subscribe. Throw me a bone on that one. So the Donnybrook Inn, I don't know who the hell owns that, but I need to know. This looks like it's almost like framed. Unless that's on, yeah, I don't know, man. What a freaking amazing painting this is. Painted right to the edge. The Grim Reaper looks like it's framed too. Maybe those were actually framed with a low profile framed and shipped that way. So the Fenval Muse, of course, that was Jeff Menges. The Fire Salamander, I auctioned that one Pretty early on. It was I think it sold for like 3,600 before the art market popped off, and we could talk about the art market in a moment here if you guys like to. So that one's out there. It's changed hands. It's probably not going anywhere at this point, based on the hands it went to. I don't own it, so I sold it like a dummy. I should have just bought it. Frontier Settlers. I don't know who owns that one. That's a pretty interesting Aussie piece. Anything Aussie is, it's got a flavor and a personality of its own. The Gnomes, Vasily. Any Vasily, it's incredible. I'm not sure who owns the Gnomes. I know Christo wanted it, but he didn't get that one. Yep, I don't know if he ever acquired it. I think, shoot, do I know who owns that one? I think I might know. I'm about to cancel the stream and go start asking questions. I think, do I actually know? I feel like someone told me at one point. I gotta start asking questions, guys. I'd love to own the Gnomes. Anyway, the Great Wall, I'm not sure who owns that. The Grim Reaper, I do know who owns that. That was, I knew who originally owned it and then who resold it. No, it's pronounced Jeff Menges. That's how it's pronounced. I know there's a guy out there that says Menges and claims to be a friend of Jeff. And it's absolute blasphemy. It's a disgrace, really, to butcher a man's name like that. Knowingly, no less. But it's Menges. Menges. He said so. I interviewed him twice. Or at least once. And then he made 2 other appearances on the channel. Anyway, Lone Tower, Mikhail Nagy-Paul, beautiful piece. I'm actually not sure who owns the original. I did a couple... I did what, like 1, 2, 3... 4... I think at least 4 commissions for Mikhail. And I sell all his artist proofs too. But yeah, a bunch of people commissioned Mikhail to do an original piece. A piece inspired by one of his Sorcery originals with kind of like a new take on it, so it's not an exact replica. And he does an amazing job, and the proofs he's done of that are incredible. The Magellan Globe, I mentioned, I know who owns that. The Midnight Rogue, same story. That was resold. Same with Polar Bears, resold. It's interesting, a lot of these were resold, right? The Remote Desert, I think I sold that one too, actually. I sold that one. The Sacred Scarabs, that one, we know who owns that one. The guy freaking like calls everything he owns as a Grail. Everything. Top Grail and Alpha. So good luck acquiring that one. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. The Scroll Curator, we know who owns that one. I sold the Selfstream Simulacrum. Another bad move. I probably should have just kept that. That's going to be a massive Grail piece. The Sling Pixies, that has changed hands. The Summoning Sphere, that has changed hands and sold. And then I don't know who owns Tadpole Pool. That's a pretty incredible one too. I bet Dan would be interested in that one, huh? All right. So why did I even pull this up? Collector tier? I don't know. I know the Provenance, and there you go. There you go. The Salamander. So I was going to search for that, and then, the Dead of Night Demon. Let's take a look. Dead? Oh, no. Dead of Night Demon. Let's take a look at this. Dead of Night Demon, because this was one of the first ever artist proofs that Mikhail did. Why has this guy got stickers all over his freaking cards? All right, so we got a live auction here for the card I just showed. It's sitting right here. See this? This just went up at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. 24 hours. This is like the freakiest one he's ever done. Look how insane that is. Those yellow eyes, the saliva dripping down between the yellow, decayed, corroded teeth. But a nice little backdrop with these beautiful pines. Look how healthy and tall these pines are. The perspective is really interesting too, because you have this giant demon face, and the horns are thick and powerful. It's kind of like the, dude, Tom, Slav. I was thinking about, didn't you buy the Marta dual land crossover full painting concept? I was thinking about reaching out to Marta and doing something interesting with that. Restart to install the newest Windows feature update. With new features and apps, this one could take a little longer than other updates. Ready? Restart now. Not ready? Pick a time. Get the fuck out of here with that. Get out of there with that. Remind me sometime later. Anyway, this is the number 2 of 25. The reason I searched for this is because I wanted to show you guys. It was like the first painting. Look at this one, guys. That was a good meme right there. All right, there was here you go. So these are the first. Look at this frog, Dan. Look at this real life frog. The inspiration that inspires the great Miso. Yeah, you did buy the. Yeah, see, man? See how good my memory is? The Marta Duel. I have an idea for that one. All right, so this was the first one of 25, first ever done. Dead of Night Demon. It's like this naked demon. Just kind of like bowing his head in shame, rising among the pines. And then this one ended up selling. You see how early this was? This was June of 2023. Almost a year ago, that's it? Wow. It felt longer. So that's what I was looking for, guys. That was the first ever. Now we have the second ever here. Right here. Yeah, you got a memory like an elephant. I think that's a compliment, actually. That sounds good. Since I remembered, I'm going to connect the dots and say that's a positive. Still haven't had a chance to get it framed. Still in the box? Oh my god. Dude. That's going to frame up nice. That was like a real nice long landscape. It was like, what was it like? I don't know, 6 to 10 inches tall? Maybe 6 to 8. But it was like really wide. It was like a really awesome landscape. And it was the pristine paradise and the oasis, if I remember correctly. And dude, it was stunning. Let's just freaking look it up. Let's look it up. All right. Watch this. Watch how this works. Marta. Oh, shit. I'm in the wrong page here. Comments. Oh, God. I'm losing control. All right. Marta Duel. See? You just type in oh! Marta Duel. All right. So we did this one. This was gorgeous. With the lighthouse. This is a full painting, guys. So I was talking with Marta. This was 7.5 by 11 inches. Beautiful painting here. That looks like a card. So masterfully done. She's really great. Here we go. There it is, man. The oasis and the pristine paradise. Guy's got this in a box. He's had this in a box since June of 2023. Dude, this is freaking amazing. You gotta frame this thing. Either frame it or send it back to me. One or the other. Let's see. Gorgeous piece. I need to go this weekend and get it framed. All right. We'll either frame it or mail it. It's already in the box. You're already halfway home. Just slap a label on that bad boy and send it on home. This is so good. Yeah, I think this has some potential. So, 22 hundo. That's a steal, man. For a Marta, full scale. She can sell artist proofs for like $1,000. So you got a full scale painting for like twice the cost of an artist proof. That is a hell of a deal. Who's blowing me up on Discord while I'm live? Frogman? Oh, what are you doing here, dude? Hang on a second. Oh. Yeah. Oh. All right. You know what to do, Froggy. All right. So we got that. All right, guys. So... All right. So there's the Facebook group. Let me pull this down for a moment. We got a lot to talk about. And we got a lot of show and tell to do. It's also my first piece of actual artwork I've ever owned. Dude, that is a nice start. It's all downhill from here. I don't know. It's going to be hard to top that one. You got to brace for a life of disappointment, my friend. It's good to go big early, though. You go big or you go home. All right. So we'll go overhead cam. So this guy right here. He's a friendly little guy. There's a guy in the Discord said he's gonna purchase this and hang it right next to his 3-year-old daughter's bed and say, "My sweet baby, look what happens if you don't listen to daddy." You know? You could listen or you could get one of these. You might turn into one of these. A demon face so big that it's grown horns a la Brian Smith horn. Those are like Brian Smith horns, basically. Right? New Death Dealer? Those are New Death Dealer horns on this big freak show demon face that is larger than the trees. The perspective on this is brilliant. You have these dainty little delicate demon hands. Unassuming, right? Maybe a little bloody. You know, no big deal. Could have been an innocent little accident. Little blood slipping down the wrist. No big deal. Accidents happen. But then, boom. Massive dome. freaky yellow decayed saliva teeth, radiating evil orange eyes, towering over the beautiful pines. And then what I thought was interesting, this is really interesting, because you see the smaller pines in the horizon, and when you look close, they almost look like little demon pines as well. They got something like devious to them. It's such a wild imagination. And I don't know what's going on down here. What do you guys think is going on down here? I couldn't really figure it out. I think that's kind of like leave it open to the imagination type thing. I tell Mikkel, don't show me and don't tell me a damn thing. Just send it to me and surprise me. And then it shows up and you're just like, damn. The guy is raising it another level. Look how smooth that dome is. The paint blends are powerful on this one. With the pale face and then the radiating orange eyes. Real nice. All right. All right, guys, so check this out. What is it, like 4 o'clock tomorrow in Canada? Tom's up in Canada, I think. It's got to be a different time zone up there. That's way up north, man. It's got to be, in Australia, it's like Thursday already. Look at this. Shield Plus Top Loader Binder. Evo Retro. So I showed you guys. You guys thought, everyone's in the Discord like, oh, that alpha foil set that sold for $54,000, baby. Well, it didn't hit reserve, so we're working on closing the deal on that one. So we got this was the set that was auctioned, right? So we're working this one out. Oh, Von Doom. What a name. That's powerful. 12 a.m. and NFLD, whatever that means. So you got this foil set, right? This was the entire foil set that was just auctioned. $54,000. It didn't quite hit reserve, right? We came close. We came like pretty close. I'm gonna tell you, we came very close. But then like there was 2 bidders. Well, you forget the elemental avatars in full foil are in there, right? The avatar pages are incredible. All the Atlas cards are really great too. When they come out with that Atlas binder and you got to decide between the foils or the full art, that's going to be a tough call. So you got this. You see that color out of space? Look at that. That really pops in the light. So this set, we're working on trying to close the deal. I got a couple interested parties in that, actually. So we're close on that. And then when you got a couple interested parties, you need to pull together a couple sets. So this one just came in, and we're trying to close a deal on not 1, but 2 full alpha foil sets from the game Sorcery Contesting the Children's Playmat. The Child's Playmat. All right, hang on. Look at this. Proudly displayed and protected. Not bad. I like the black and red's never wrong, guys. We've talked about this. Look at these beastly. Is this like a? Look at this. You got a carrying strap on the side. It's a nice product. These guys should sign me to market their product. I need an affiliation deal with these guys. Evo Retro. Who are these people? So there you go. You open to the A9. Cut right to the chase. But yeah, this is a top loader binder. So there's actually 2 monster binders of this. There's actually we got a graded avatar, we got a few promos. So we have the top load binder of all of the alpha foils. Yeah, this binder is a beast. So this set was handled with the utmost of care. Look at this. We got the Devil's Egg and the Eric's Curiosa. Looks like we got some alphabetical action going on this one. This one looks familiar, doesn't it? The Gilded Aegis? This is the one I woke up in a cold heat and I said, hey guy, I own this painting. I brought it to the framer and I was like, dude, don't frame that one. Don't you frame that one. I got ideas. I wasn't satisfied. This one's at the framer, baby. How about that one? That one's going to age nice, huh? It already has. Since day 1 when I bought it. Look at that. Oh! That is a precious piece. The Kythera mechanism, man. My pride and joy. What a beautiful, beautiful card. I don't even own one. I own an artist proof because I bought the painting and I worked it out with Severin to get one artist proof of this. This is such a freaking unbelievably stunning card. The frame is gonna blow your mind, guys. Did he? No, he didn't send me this one. The framer sent me a picture of my Avatar of Fire. And that one's done. He didn't work on this one yet, but I'm really excited about this one. I hope I made the right decision on the frame choice. I think I did. I got a really powerful statement frame for that bad boy. It's going to be sick. All right, so we have 2 complete alpha foil sets. You know? It looked like it was falling flat. We didn't have a single bid until, what was it, guys? The day before? We were still at the 25K open. People were like, hey, you jackass moron, why would you open that high? You know, other guys are like, why don't you just open at $1? You know, if the reserve's not at 25, why didn't you open at like 200 grand? Everyone's got a problem with everything in this world. You know, everyone's a moron except you. Everyone's got a problem. If you're not doing it yourself, some other dummy's messing it up. That's modern social media culture. Here you go, the Franks. You got the Courtesan Tice, the Death Dealer. Man, the Chimera is chilling back there behind the shelf. I told you I sold the Salamander. Oh, man. What a set. Seasoned Sellsword. I got that one, too. Beautiful painting. I cherish all my paintings, man. I sold this one. No, not the Scavenging Fiend. I didn't sell that one. This is the one that was reversed. I get that mixed up with the Witch sometimes. But, yeah, the Backstab. Everyone has a full set except the Backstab. Except the Devil's Egg. I almost got that one, but don't quite have it. So there you go. That's about half the set because it's a top loader binder. You can only fit about half the set. You need 2 of these massive top loader binders. And that's what's going on here. We have 2 of those. These are pretty hot binders, guys. I should get paid for showing off this binder. I'm being cheated on this binder right now. So that's that. We got the bearish cases. So 2 alpha foils. Find me Dragon Mike? What does that even mean? I'm missing some context there. What are you doing on stream tonight? I'm just talking about the market exploding. I'm selling 2 alpha full foil sets. No one said it could be done. No one said no one's buying Sorcery anymore. Sorcery's dead game. Comes out once a year. Might as well come out once a lifetime. Because everybody already quit. It's over already. Well, there's people interested in Grails. And then, you gotta protect your Grails. You protect this. I actually have some top loader binders too. I have, I got the Pompetti and Elvira Palikowska artist proofs in my top loader binders. So I'm gonna bring those to. I want to show this on screen. Oh. All right. All right. So it looks like we're probably going to get one of those alpha sets sold at the reserve. And so I don't want to declare publicly what that is just yet. I'll just let Ivan talk about it some more on Discord or Facebook or whatever he wants to do. What other people want to speculate and have fun with it. Say it's worth this or worth that. You know, someone listed it for this. Someone... I don't know. I heard a story about a guy one time, you know, that had everything except the Devil's Egg and the Backstab, but pretty much it was all there, except the A9s and the Backstab and you know the Frazettas. But otherwise, I mean, only needed Kythera Mechanism and like probably, I mean, it was all there except like 13 uniques. Maybe it was like 23 uniques. I know there was like 2 digits and there was like probably a 2 and a 3. It could have been 32, but it was close. And like most of the exceptionals, like almost all of them, like probably had like 50 of them, and like at least 8 to 9 elites at least. I mean, it's basically almost a full set is what most people have. They're just a few cards away. But anyway, you got to protect your merchandise, especially the alpha dice. You know, Eric's Curiosa. It's kind of in every set, but not really. But it's kind of like in all of the sets, at least once, if not twice. You know, and then the avatars are kind of in alpha, but I mean they're kind of in the precons, but not. And they're kind of in the booster packs, but no, not entirely. And then the precon kits. Precon kits might have a curio in here because there's a pack in there. So technically, it probably has it if you haven't opened it yet. But there's no dust points on this. Other than that, it's basically a booster box. I'm putting out bad information, I feel like. Most people do have a full foil set. That's the facts. They're so close. So you got these precon boxes are legit. I don't know of any other company that even sells these. Does anyone sell these? So, and here's the deal on these. There's a shutter. You can't even tell. It's so discreet you don't even know where to open it. It's just so natural. You can see the wrap. It fits so cleanly in there. You just pull the shutter right off, slides right off there from the grooves. And this is still, so I guess this is still a sealed box. I don't know. I thought I opened, did I not open this? I guess I didn't open that one. So it just slides right in there. Perfectly measured, perfect dimensions. Beautiful showcase. And you shutter it on the door. And it slides right in. Boom. It's got a groove. And there you go. All right, so there's those. There's been a lot of those have been popping off, and the links in all of my YouTube videos going forward, and it's in the last few, and it's in this one. So let me see. What else was there, guys? You wanted to talk about? Right on baby girl's wall. All right. I got that. West Coasters just getting warmed up. I'm on the East Coast. Paying a price. Aging at an accelerated pace. Ho! Upside down. Upside down. So the Sir Tristan, guys. This, I'm telling you, it's hard to argue that there's a more significant piece in Sorcery than Sir Tristan. This is like absolutely mind-blowingly insane of a painting. On every level. The gilding is otherworldly. Look how absurd this is. This is a painting. It's not a picture. It's not a card yet. I've heard it could be, but it might not be a card. Is the rumor that's flying around in Discords. Until it's a card, it's not a card. It's just a painting. Keep that in mind at all times. Look how absolutely insane this is. It's like the Atlas Thorn. I wish I actually do have some Atlas Thorn artist proofs. I could pull them out again. I'm always tempted. Whenever I see something godly, I think of Atlas Thorn, the god of gods from the altars scene that's now doing altars on sorcery cards. And I think so he sent me a few more altars, and they're freaking amazing. He actually does show me the pictures of those before he sends them. So there's a few more coming, and they're in LA right now, clearing customs. Maybe cleared. I gotta check the tracking status. But no, so the Sir Tristan is not up for auction. Let me tell you what happened here. So what we did is we had an early offer window for private offers. It was kind of like a silent auction format, kind of. We said, like, we'll just put it out there for a week. And we wanted to wait several weeks anyway to announce this piece because we knew it was going to be a record sale. Just look at it. I mean, it was obvious from the very beginning that this was arguably the most substantial piece we've ever seen in Sorcery. And it's just incredible detail with the gilding and like the absolute perfect window pane Sir Tristan action going on here. It's just absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful. Imagine several of these. Eric said several. He didn't use the word several. So I don't want to put bad info. What he said was, Mike and Elvira's coming on the show. She wants to do a reveal. This was last year. He said, let her pick one of the nights. One of the nights. So we know there's at least two because we saw one in his office on the wall. It was obscured. It was blurred. It looked like King Arthur. And then he said one of the nights. And so I think it was, he didn't specify. I think Elvira chose Sir Tristan. So Sir Tristan was the reveal we did last year. This was a blank black here, so I'm not sure if Eric's going with like a blank black on the card here. But what happened was, after it was revealed, then it was out, so Elvira was able to offer it for sale, and we sold it privately, and now it's being resold by that seller. And before she sold it, she was like, I don't want to leave this black box incomplete for the seller. I think what I could do is do some research on the history of Sir Tristan, which she already had done for the piece, and there's like a story within this that I won't spoil it. She talked about it when she came on. You could look for my interview. It was at least a year ago, I want to say, roughly. So you can go back into the live video archives on Collector Art House YouTube, and you could find that, a nice talk with Elvira. And we revealed this piece. She had it in her possession. She showed it on camera before she mailed it to me. And it was just incredible to see, incredible hearing a story about how she does the gilding and like the concept of Sir Tristan and the lore of that. And with this, she said she had done some research and she was going to go like insert like a passage here to make this more complete instead of a blank black box, because we didn't know. It was already scanned. It was already sent to Eric, so Eric could still use the black, or I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. We don't know exactly what they're going to be in the Arthurian Legends set, only that he said that they will be a special chase in the Arthurian Legends set, and that he was also working on trying to do like an innovative, like really special foiling technique for the elaborate gilded border. So that's something really exciting to look forward to. I don't know what that means for the set. If it could be anything. It could be a promo. It could be just a very rare card in the set. It could be curio, like a curio. I don't know. Because we've seen like other nights. There was just one spoiled by Alan Pollock. And there was one that Drew Tucker and I revealed at the IX Art Show last year in October. So there's several nights. There's only so many nights of the round table. So if he's going to make the nights of the round table to chase, I don't know. Maybe there's one for each night, or I don't know. I don't know how they're going to be used, other than he said they're going to be like a special chase in the set, and there's going to be something special going on with this gilding. But this is very large. I can't even get the whole thing on the camera here. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling on max zoom out, and it's just unreal. I think the prints of these are going to be off the chain. They're going to be incredible. It's big. The framing choice will be really interesting on this, because you probably, like, on the one hand, you probably this is going to be the centerpiece of a collection, right? It's very, very big. You really can't get a full appreciation from it just from the picture. This is a pretty wide, deep desk, and it's just massive. It's like probably, it's actually wider than I remembered, because it's misleading. It's actually a thicker border on this side, which is pretty interesting, because I think when Elvira came on, she said this was supposed to be like out of like an old, is a manuscript the word? Like an old book, an old, I don't know. I'm blanking on the word, guys. It's late here. It's late. An old tome or something, And it's just truly unbelievable. I'm really trying to take it all in, because when we gave the guy up to 60 days to pay, so the deal is not closed yet, so I haven't disclosed the exact sale price, but it was a very, very significant sale as we expected. And yeah, so that's the story I was telling. What happened was, we said we would open for a full week, allow people to submit private bids. There were several very significant private bids that came in. And then ultimately the top two were pretty close. So we said we reserved the right to negotiate. I handled this is like a consignment deal that I handled. So I handled that with the top two silent offers and said, this is where we're at. This is probably what it's going to take to close the deal and prevent it to going from auction. If you don't want to roll the dice at auction, you really love this piece and you want to secure it. And it was a significant cash deal plus some additional trade value. A couple high-end cards, I'll say. So I don't want to say exactly what the deal was, but it was a record sale by a wide margin, as you would expect for such a substantial piece like this from one of the greats in Sorcery, Elvira Shakarova. So huge congrats to Elvira. She's going to have great success with this set. You know, if there's other nights, as Eric suggested, then she's got incredible value in her paintings and her work. And the beautiful thing about Sorcery is the artist owns the copyright, so she can sell prints and whatever. If there's artist proofs or, yeah, definitely prints at a minimum. I mean, a lot of people are going to want prints of this. Imagine having like a print. If she did like all the Knights of the Round Table, or just any, like, if there's Knights, plural, right? Hopefully it's not just the one Eric owns and this one. If there's more than that, you can imagine if you had like several of these with the elaborate gilding and just created your own like round table room. Like if your playroom was surrounded by the Round Table Knights, how like amazing of a concept would that be? So anyway, it's a really beautiful, amazing piece. I wanted to show it here. I'm probably going to have it for a little bit here as the guy works off the payment, but so the deal didn't close yet. There was an attractive enough offer to prevent it from going to auction. Otherwise, it would have went to auction tonight through this coming Saturday. So that was voided, and yeah, he bought it, and we struck a deal before it went to auction, and that's how it goes sometimes. And yeah, it's great for the buyer, great for the seller, great for Elvira, because her work is just really valued and appreciated, which is really my fundamental goal of the channel and all the content I do, is really trying to be a strong advocate for the artists and promote their work and promote hand-painted traditional art in general, even beyond Sorcery, with now discovering new artists. And the great way to discover new artists is through the altars scene. Or, you know, I've even reached out to friends that live in like artsy towns and it's like, dude, do you see any like advertisements for like artists trying to find work and stuff? Like, I really want to find like the best of the best, the greatest artists who can do altars and do work on Sorcery cards, and really provide them a stage now through all my platforms, thousands of people across these various groups and Discord and everything, and showcase their work, and so we can all enjoy it and collect it or do whatever. All right. So there was probably, I don't know, there's probably other interesting stuff in that pad folio. Oh, there is. I might bring it to Baltimore for the Sorcery Spring Social. So let me just put some eye candy around while we're talking here, and then I want to go to the chat and catch up here on what you guys have been talking about. All right. So yeah, I know. Better bring an armed guard. Yeah, these guys are begging me to bring paintings to the Spring Social. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Look at this. It's artificial Anson Maddox. No, I know Anson would not use a picture like that, would he? Is that the real Anson Maddox? Give more work to lesser-known artists. I agree. So Anson's like, don't commission me. Commission these people no one has ever heard of. It's either like the most altruistic Anson Maddox. Oh, it really is. It's a real Anson? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yes, it is me. It's definitely Anson Maddox, the YouTube personality. All right. So This guy is still playing up the bit. He's got plenty to do. He doesn't need to be painting for sorcery. I bet he's doing more though. He only had one set in alpha. You can't. There's no proof. No proof that it's really him, other than it actually is him, and there's a picture of him. All right. So what's going on here? I believe the reprint will also be aimed at stores only to try to increase in-store accessibility. All right. Well, Mike is 7 feet tall, so his forearm must be 2 feet long, so that's one big painting. That's loosely correct. He's got the scale down. Do you think Arthurian Legends will spike the price of beta because of an expanded player base, or will they just print more beta? It's an interesting point. I mean, they've proven that they will print more beta if there is a need to do so, right? I mean, I think that's what you can conclude from the fact that they actually did do that. They just printed more. You know, we don't know how much more. There's rumors swirling that like a bunch of product somehow landed in Singapore and made its way back to United States. So I talked to someone from Singapore today, and they said there is strong demand. He talked to a few of the LGSs, and he said there is indeed strong demand in Singapore, but I think it's like a smaller, more of a niche market. So some stores might have went heavier, and then, you know, not enough of a scene, so they sent it to the big players back here in the U.S. You know, because there's demand in the U.S. The U.S. is the largest market. There's stores that need it. There's single sellers that sell and need to replenish their inventory. Breakers are fiendishly scooping up boxes all the time. You know. So will Arthurian Legends cause beta price spike? If there's like a shortage of beta and a lot of players come in and need beta, then yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of beta that was printed, in my opinion, and I think singles are pretty modestly priced, not that expensive. So I think that tells you that the supply is maybe about right. I mean, the price of sealed, it's kind of like a weird anomalous condition right now because it's only available in certain parts of the world and far and few between. Even in the U.S., it's still kind of like, where would you buy it? It's hard to find. I think the major players just keep it and either hoard it for themselves or break it for themselves to sell singles. The big singles players. And then players themselves, I don't know what they're doing. I'd be curious on a perspective of someone new coming into the game, like what you're thinking about how you're acquiring cards, because some say like the singles are cheap enough that you can acquire a deck pretty affordably. And there's no doubt about that, but it dismisses the importance of the box opening experience, which is very significant in Sorcery. That is how you reinvoke the nostalgia for some of like us old timers that were around for early Magic days and really are nostalgic about opening packs. And, you know, maybe we were too young and broke to open like on a box level, and now we're middle-aged or, you know, into our careers and can afford to buy by the box or the case or whatever, and go to town and have fun with it without destroying ourselves financially. So I think like it is important to have boxes out there, especially in this early stage, you know, so people can go through that experience and experience sorcery like it's intended to be experienced, in my opinion. Like it's I think like Eric put a lot of care and attention and detail and strategic thought into the box opening experience. It's evident in the pull rates, the fact that there's a foil variant of every single card, and yet they're still like unbelievably rare because it's such a massive set with 403 cards and such rare pull rates that it's really hard to actually pull a complete set. That's why, you know, we're selling complete sets for well into the 5 figures range. Because it's just so hard to acquire. You're not going to do it through opening boxes. It's going to be a lot of work to chase every single card. There's short print theory on the backstab, on the devil's egg. So it's really hard to find those cards. And it's very illiquid too, because there's 67 uniques in the set. And then there's only 248 copies of each. And then we've talked about like how a lot of that is still in sealed product. People have not discovered those cards yet. A lot of people have partial collections. A lot of people don't have a full set, have the dream of getting there someday, but are short some of those grails. So they're not letting go any of their unique foils, certainly. They might be letting go duplicates of like elites, exceptional. Even elites are very rare though. So maybe like exceptionals and ordinaries, but to get all of the elites and all of the uniques is a massive, massive undertaking. So it's no joke. And there are buyers at that level. There's not a ton. We didn't see like massive breadth in the auction. We would have seen more. Sure, if I opened the auction lower, we would have saw more breadth to the auction, meaning more bidders. But we opened at 25 grand because we didn't want we wanted a fairly reasonable offer, not a laughable open. Because then some people complain. They're like, oh, why would you even open it that low? Just if it's way off of reserve, just open higher. And then you have another camp that says, so just open it like at the reserve. Don't have a reserve. And then you might get no bidding at all. And then there's no information, right? There's no price discovery. We didn't meet reserve, but we saw it got bid up to $54,000. So that's useful information for the public. It does a service to the public market to know that there is pricing demand at those price levels. So that's good insight and information to where the market's at on the high end, albeit few bidders, which I fully anticipated going into it because of all these people that have partial sets. They're not going to reset and just after all the sunk cost and money they've put into their partial set, they're not going to just straight up buy a whole new set. So it's a very limited small market that is perhaps newer folks. I think it's like people maybe that are players that are playing with beta, but really want to get in on the ground floor of a real exciting time in Sorcery and own a complete alpha foil set because there's not many people. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'll sell my partial set. You know, I'm 10, 15, 20 cards short, but not a lot of people have the no kidding every single 403 cards, all the foils. So it is a convenience to both the buyer and the seller to do a single transaction. It's just a bit narrow of a market. Let me see. Yeah, this is interesting. It took me 24. What a name on this guy. Chuck Turdberger. What a name. It took me 24 boxes to get 12 unique foils. I'll never sell them. So yeah, a full set of foils is stupid hard to get. 24 boxes. Let's just do some clutch math here. Look at this guy. This guy's terrified of the math we're about to do. He's like, what? What? Math? It's almost 11 o'clock on a school night. You crazy bastard. All right, hang on. Well, no. I don't need a calendar. I need a calculator. Wrong C word. All right, so 24. What are box prices at? Are they at 1,500 yet? Let's be conservative and say 1,200. So you're talking about $28,800 to acquire 24 alpha boxes at this point. And you got 12. When he says you got 12 unique foils, I don't know if he means total. Hey, Chuck, do you mean 12 total unique foils? Or do you mean 12 different unique foils? Either way, let's technically one of the foils was in the 4-pack. I don't know what that means. What do you mean the 4-pack? Oh, you're talking about the pre-con kit? Oh, total, all different. All right, so you got 12 different unique foils. So he has 12 out of 67 out of 24 boxes out of $28,800 to acquire those boxes. And I'm just giving you the facts, guys. I don't need to pump the alpha set because I already have 3 sets. I have 3 buyers for 2 sets, you know, at the price point that we're going for. So I don't need to hype anything. The auction's over. It's done. And there's buyers, right? So we have $28,800. Did you see the calculator? I'm not showing my screen, but I did 12 times $1,200 a box. I'm assuming $1,200 a box. I don't know. I haven't looked at exactly what alpha's at recently. But 1,200 times 24 boxes is $28,800. And he got 12 of the 67 uniques. So he's got to get 67 Mine is 12. 55 more uniques to go after spending close to $30,000 on sealed boxes. So it's not possible through the box open experience. And of course, like, people aren't going to try. Like Eric said from the very start, he's like, it's going to be a very, very extreme outlier for anybody to open and complete a full set. And the only people to do that are businesses. You know, they're not doing it because they're like deep pocket whales. They're doing it because they're financing it by selling the cards. You know, you think they're just like doing it for fun because they're rich? I mean, the people doing that is very much an outlier. It's the people that need to open it anyway, you know, so they can bonus it by opening it for content on their YouTube channel. It's kind of like, you know, I do alpha breaks. It's a win-win. I get to break it. I get to open boxes. Fun for me. It's great content, right? Even though I don't get to keep the cards, it's still fun for me. And I'm happy for other people that do well. But it's fun to just open it, the excitement. Like, I want to see the great high-end cards. Like, I want to, like, I pulled 2 alpha foil stones. It was a great thrill, you know. But I haven't pulled a Key Thera mechanism yet. I've opened several boxes. I've done a bunch of breaks. So, you know, it's a win-win in that regard. And then they sell off the singles, you know, and they profit. And then they reinvest it and buy more and more boxes. Maybe they trim off, they skim off the doubles and sell the duplicates. And eventually you do that enough and it kind of finances your opening, and boom. After tons and tons of boxes, you have a full set. And even then, you usually don't have a full set. You know, there's people that open 1,000 to 2,000 boxes and they're like, only got multiples of less than 10 of the uniques. I don't know. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but there's people that all open like many hundreds of boxes, like literally 1,000 to 2,000, and they didn't pull multiple full sets. So you have to trade, you have to buy singles. You just can't get there. It's super, super crazy rare. Yeah, so trading, I mean, that's a great benefit too. Like, I work with a lot of people and I find out who the buyers are. So I do consignment, and I'm able to find private deals for people, and it's a secure transaction for both the seller and the buyer. And you know, I offer special deals and stuff to Patreon members. So actually, I have this Patreon special going on right now. Collector Art House, patreon.com/Collector Art House. You just go to patreon.com. And you do a search for Collector Art House. So what I just announced this morning. What I decided to do is I'm going to offer a special consignment rate of 10% consignment fee. So it's less than eBay. And I have the largest direct target market for sorcery, with 4,000 people in the Facebook group, and then another, I don't know, 1,250 or so, 1,260 or so, I think, in the Discord. And then, you know, I got like the YouTube 1,500 to kind of promote and advertise what's coming to auction and all this stuff. So it's a wide market, and it's more direct than going to eBay and casting a wide net. And sometimes people are paying attention, sometimes they're not. So I decided, like, there's all this like chatter. Everyone's like, oh, on the graded slabs, right? Everyone's like, CGC's like a joke, you know, like everything's a 10. And, you know, PCG's been in business for 3 days. You know, what the hell do they know? They got Rudy, great. Good publicity, but what do they know? And then you have PSA, too old, tired, lazy. Rudy says they're lazy and getting sloppy. BGS, too strict. They're just hacking upgrades, but they're the best because they're strict, right? So everyone's got an opinion out there. Everyone says, like, this one deserves a premium, this one's BS, blah, 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 blah. So I said, all right, well, let's find out. So I offered to anyone that is in the Collector Art House Patreon as of June 1st. So you got to sign up this month, in the month of May. And then if you're an active Patreon member on June 1st and through the months of June and July, so 2 months, just try it out and do it, I will do consignment auction at a 10% commission rate for your slabs. It's got to be high-end slabs too. Like, I don't want to auction like some goofy rinky-dink, like ordinary non-foil. You know, it's got to be like a substantial slab. So ideally, like unique alpha foils, slab curios, slabbed sample cards, slabbed artist proofs if you want, if they're, because you could get them authenticated by some of these companies. So my thought was, let's generate some interest at an attractive cost that's going to be less cost than eBay or other competitor options, and we'll auction the slabs and we'll find out, is there a premium? Is there more of a premium for one brand over another? I mean, I think it'll be very interesting data. Even if you're not in the Patreon, even if you don't care about the auctions, you should still join the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group and the Collector Art House Discord just to observe the price data. I mean, a lot of people don't like me for whatever reason. There's a lot of haters out there. They don't like anyone that's public facing at all or selling things. Some people have this very freebie mentality. Anyone that does anything for a fee, every single business in the world and every single YouTuber and every single anybody in the TCG scene, they're doing it at a fee because their time is valuable. But there's the haters out there, right? So even if you don't like me and you're still watching for some reason, you join these communities because it's great free data. Whatever, use me for the information. Go to the community group, go to the Collector Art House Discord, and you can kind of see the action happening and whatever. Just kind of get a sense for the breadth of the market. How many people are bidding? How high are the prices going? What do auction data look like versus direct sale or listings in other places? So Goat Collectibles, do you plan to open more $20 slots? Is the $20 slot sold out? I didn't even know that, man. I had a great, I think, let me take a look here on Patreon. I think I could open, I might have a, maybe that's a problem. I didn't know I was sold out at the $20 level. So this is what I did. I did an alpha tier, right? And then that was finite, and I wanted to limit that. And I was going to have this concept where if you're an early adopter, because I started my Patreon early, a year ago. And, as time goes on, I have more and more to offer, right? First I was only working with a few artists, right? And at this point I was looking at the list of all the sorcery artists. There's 30-ish. I've worked with at least 15 of the alpha artists in some way. Some I sell a lot of I sell their artist proofs exclusively and or their paintings. Others I've just done collaborations with, more ad hoc or on a special case by case, like Drew Tucker, Melissa Benson. I don't know. Some sell direct and they work with me. It's like a mixed bag, right? But I've worked with a lot of the artists, so sometimes I'll do a special project, like an embellished print offering, and then I'll offer that through the Patreon. They'll be very limited, 10 to 15-ish copies, so it preserves the value. It makes it unique and special. And also the artists don't want to do a lot of embellished prints. They want to do original paintings, original work, even original artist proofs. It's a more fun investment of their time because they have more room for creativity and an entirely new reimagined concept. But we do these limited runs. It's good for the collector. It's good for the artist. And I offer priority to Patreon supporters, starting with the highest backer tiers get top priority, and we work down the list. But usually it works out where most people have access. I think I've only had a lot of times it has sold out in the Patreon before I've been able to take it publicly, but most times people get what they want. A couple times I've had to go to the wheel of names and figure it out. But yeah, if I go to so anyway, I had this idea where in the early days I had less to offer, so I wanted to do this alpha tier. If you supported me early, it was probably because you liked my channel, you liked my approach, you liked you were into art, or you like how I advocate for the artists and stuff, and you just want to support that. Which is great, right? So I wanted to reward those people, and I said I'd have this alpha, all these alpha backer Patreon levels, and I'd kind of lock in the pricing for those alpha people that were loyal from the early beginnings, and I'd give them special offers and stuff, and then I'd open these beta. I had these beta terms I use for other, and then so I then increased the price a little bit as the Patreon grew, and I think I have about. Oh man, did I hit 100? I have 100 on the dot paid Patreon supporters, and then 165 total. So there's like 65 in addition to that at the free pledge level, which don't get any of the benefits that I talked about. So it's a little different, so like sometimes I'll leverage that because I could put something on Patreon and I can make an announcement to all people, like for example, with these, with the cases for Bearish on my Patreon. It's great. It's great because I have all those people following, 165 people, 100 paid, 65 additional that don't pay the subscription. But I'll shotgun like an offer that now the Bearish pre-orders, these Bearish cases, I did an affiliate deal with them. So like everybody gets 5% off. But if you're a paid member, then you're going to see a post that goes only to paid subscribers that has the 10% discount code. So there's additional perks, right? So my idea was alpha, early adopters, beta, as I grow, I'll offer more and more, like this affiliate deal. You save 10%. See, the thing is, like, people buy an alpha box case, typically a beta box case, 4 of these precons to protect the 4 cards inside, and then one of these precons displays, and then usually like a I haven't been showing this lately. So these, don't miss these guys too. It has this cool like the bear, right? This is an individual pack, and you see it fits perfectly. This is actually an alpha pack. You see the alpha symbol there? So these are general pack size, but they fit perfectly for sorcery and also flesh and blood. And the discount deal works for like any game that they make product for. I actually had people use my affiliate code to buy Lorcana cases, Pokemon. They have ETB cases and booster box. I think they have booster box cases and definitely ETBs, and I believe booster box SKUs as well. So it works for all that stuff. But these are awesome. These are like amazing. They fit so great and they feel so great in your hand, and you could buy a bunch. They're like $9.99 a piece. So you get like, a handful and just put them on your shelf, like those little art stands that I use for my pictures for artist proofs. They display amazing. So anyway, like I do deals with artists, with companies that I believe in, and try to like find more and more ways to give back to supporters. All right, so yeah, when I go to membership, it looks like the Alpha $5 tier is sold out. I capped that at $15. Alpha Collector was at $10. So that was a really good value early on, $10 a month. The beta supporter, yeah, it says 19 of 20. There was a declined credit card payment. I don't know why it does that. That's the beta supporter, $10 per month. $15 beta collector, alpha, $20. So that's the problem. I have an alpha merchant of the realm, and that is sold out, I believe, yeah. And then the beta has 5, and that's at $25, the beta merchant of the realm. There's 5 of 20 slots. So yeah, I don't know. Is there that's interesting feedback. If people are interested in a $20 slot, I'd wonder why that is. Are you interested in the merchant of the realm? Like, because I did I see what you mean. Like, I have this deal where if you're in the $20 or above tier, you'd apply for that special promotion I'm doing to sell slabs. Do like a consignment auction of your slabs at a 10% rate in the months of June and July. And I wanted to make it 2 months because, dude, this is summer of grails. I'm going to have so much like unbelievable shit coming. Like, you have no idea. I got the Mikhail artist proofs this week. I still have some Elvira Polakowska artist proofs to auction. I got more altars from Atlas Thorn coming. Hopefully this week. We'll see how quickly it gets through customs. Once it gets through customs in LA, it'll probably be a couple days or so until it gets to me. So that could happen this week. And then I have a couple paintings, original paintings. As I say, from Truett Parish is coming. Truett Parish. And it's not Jihad or Crusade. It's not sorcery pieces, but it's pieces very related to sorcery that I don't know if I want to spoil it, but they're not art for sorcery cards, but they're sorcery related, and they're original paintings by Truett Parish, and they have like a very sorcery vibe, and they're really awesome. So we're going to offer those sometime I might do like a special weekend banger with like a original painting from Truett Parish, or probably no later than next week. There's 2 of them, and they're both amazing. So we're gonna offer those, and those will be public auction. You don't have to be on Patreon for that. Just giving you guys a heads up on that. I think they'll be here like Wednesday or Thursday, pretty soon. And then I'll start showcasing those, and then maybe we'll kick it off this weekend. I don't know. Then I'm going to be showcasing several things at the Baltimore event and then running the auction afterwards. There'll probably be a couple sorcery pieces. There'll be the Severin PNU Crystal Dragon. And we have 37 people. I can show you guys the dragon really quick. I think I got it over here. Crystal Dragon, baby. Oh, forgot about that one. Oh. Oh. You know what, guys? I got 2 more of the. So I mentioned I did a collab with Drew Tucker. This is the Pathfinder embellished print. Look how amazing this. Look at the colors on this Pathfinder print. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and this is embellished by Drew. So again, it's gonna be difficult. You know what? If you guys are in the beta, it's in the Merchant of the Realm. I don't know. If you guys really want to get into the $20 tier, hit me up. I'll see if I can, because there's like a couple canceled. I don't know what's going on with these declined payment. Sometimes someone's credit card payment doesn't go through, and it's like it freezes up. It's like only 19 people are actually in that. So technically there should be an opening or 2. But if you guys really want to support me on Patreon, just send me a direct message on Collector Art Hearts Discord or Mike Servati on Facebook, and I'll find a way to hook you up and get you in there. So this is the Drew Tucker 5 of 9. This is an embellished print, and the beauty of this is, again, like it sucks. It's not going to come across. I got to max zoom a little bit, because when you look at this, these are all painted embellishments. So that's what an embellished print means. He painted over top of it. And the really unique thing that Drew did, as opposed to some of the other embellished print projects that I did, is you could actually see the brush strokes on this. So he painted like right over top of it and just brilliantly blended it and put this like finish on it that makes it feel like an original painting. And of course, Pathfinder is like a real big time avatar, and probably one of the most played and desirable artworks too that Drew did for Alpha. So it's a really significant piece. I think there's only 2 left of these, I want to say. I'll double check my inventory. I'm pretty sure there's only 2. This one is I think this is the 12 by 16. And he signed down here. It says 5 of 9. There's only 9 of these made. And then it has Drew A. Tucker signing gold. And then on the original painting is DT. So he usually doesn't sign his original paintings. He usually has his initial embedded somewhere. And the real cool thing about the idea of the Pathfinder is that it's casting the spell. And it has DT, DT, DT. That's what this aura is around the Pathfinder. It's his initials. And he kind of just inverted it. So it's DT, DT, but sometimes the D and the T are backwards. So that's what this is, this arch. And he did this like, he came on my channel. I did a live one time. I was like 20 minutes out. And I was like, Drew, I just called him up. I think I texted him. And then I either texted him or called him. And I was like, dude, are you free tonight? Like, you want to come live in 20 minutes? And he's like, yeah, sure. He's like, I'll try to make it work. So I sent him the link, and then he popped in, man, right from the opening. It was awesome. And he was like gushing about this silver paint. He really loves this silver that he used to accent this, and he was really pumped and excited about how that came out. But he used that silver accent like around the aura here, and every piece is a little different too. So it's all kind of like a 1 of 1, even though there's nine different copies or versions he did in this series. So there was 9 in his 12 by 16 size, and then there was 12 in a 13 by 19, which is definitely totally sold out. There's only the 12 by 16 left, but you can see how large this is. This is a 2-player playmat, behind it. So, 16 inches, very significant, and 12 inches wide. It's a beautiful size. It looks really great. So yeah, I had that one up there because I think I was showcasing it on one of my prior lives. So if you're interested in that, these are open to the public now. It's $500 is the price on these, which I think is like a nice fair offer because it's very high quality art paper. The print it costs money to print these. That's not free, and then the artist's time isn't free. So he did a lot of like elaborate embellishments on that. So that's how you come up with the cost. It's the price of materials and it's the value of the artist's work. It's the exclusivity. It's the limited. You could only get it through Collector Art House, and it's very limited print run. 9 copies in this size, 9 copies in the other size. So 2 series of 9. All right, guys. So the other thing I did is I'm gonna bring these to Baltimore. You're gonna see all the embellished, I don't know. Maybe the Drew Tuckers will sell out those last 2. All right, see you, Sean. Take care, man. Got to work in 4 hours. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I usually wake up at 5, so I'm looking at maybe 5 hours sleep if I'm lucky here. But I did this other embellished print series. But this is an original painting by Severin Pinu. Oh, nice, man. You going to Baltimore? Yeah, it's good. I'm going to have a table there. I'm going to be vending a table. It's my table is right next to Manipulated MTG. Those guys are, it's a husband and wife, I think. I don't know. They do altars. And I've talked to them. Nice people. And Tony Sudlow is going to be on the other side of me. So I'm going to be in the room with all the artists. And I'll have a table there. I'll bring a bunch of artist proofs. I'll be selling artist proofs of Elvira Palakowska and Vincent Pompetti, and I'm going to be showcasing this original painting. Severin Pinu sent me this. When I saw this, I was like, Severin, we got to do another Philo Stone series. We've done a few Philo Stone series so far, and again, I'm going to bring them all because I keep one artist proof copy for myself, and the point is like to showcase those if I go to events or like on my YouTube channels and the forums and stuff. And when I saw this, I was like, Severin's The Year of the Dragon. That freaking painting is unbelievable. Maybe you can figure out a way to take that crystal ball dragon concept and kind of, oh, see you, John. Take care, man. And superimpose that, not superimpose it, but kind of like the Philo stone. Use the crystal dragon concept in place of the stone in the in the Philosopher's Stone artwork. So she did an embellished print of that, where she printed the Philosopher's Stone, digitally removed the stone, and then instead printed this crystal dragon. And then she did like very elaborate embellishments of the crystal dragon itself. The mountain that it's perched on, the dragon's like a different color. It's all like beautifully done. And then we offered that in a 2 set. Again, this was I think it was completely bought out through Patreon, as I recall. Maybe a couple didn't sell and I sold to the public, but again, there's that Patreon priority thing. But we did that, and then we did a print just straight up the crystal dragon because we figured it'd be really cool to kind of juxtaposition the two and have the Philo crystal dragon concept and display that next to the crystal dragon itself. So we did this as a regular print. Those were like $250. I think the embellished was is that right? I want to say it was $1,000 for the set of both. Or maybe it was $750 for the embellished print and then $250 for the regular print. That's probably how you got to $1,000 for the set. A lot of people I think like 6 of the 10, at least, maybe 8 of the 10 were sold as 2 set pairs. Most people went for that. But this is the original painting. This is all 100% hand-done original painting of this crystal dragon concept. And she did this for a major event that was going on in France. Like, Severin lives in France. And there was like a local festival, and I guess it must have had a dragon theme or something like that. So she did this painting for that, and they did this huge banner of this awesome crystal dragon. So I want to showcase this so you guys can see a Severin Pinu original painting at the Baltimore Courtesan Cup Sorcery Spring Social event. And then It will not be available for sale at the event, but I'm going to showcase it there, and then after the event, we'll run an auction for this piece, and you could bid on this piece to own this original. And this is huge. This is, I think so she's signed. A lot of artists sign on the back. It says Dragon Crystal, 28 by 45 centimeters, acrylic and pens. So it's acrylic paint with some pen accents. And you guys are going to be really impressed with the quality of this and the size. It's really awesome. She's great, man. Severin's amazing. All right. So let's see. We got the Truett paintings coming this week. We got a few Mikhail Nagy Paul artist proofs. We're kicking it off with this one. I thought this was super cool. I really thought the Brian Smith fans would love this one, and maybe they will. There's a lot of like hardcore European fans of Brian. So I launched this at 8 p.m. Eastern. They won't see it till they wake up tomorrow, and then we'll see how it does. But this is incredible. The Dead of Night Demon, man. If you're into the freakier, darker, macabre art, like a la Brian Smith or some of Mikhail's work, dude, this is nuts. It's gonna look so like wicked in a binder with other artist proofs. You just kind of flipping, and like, holy shit, look at that. What is that? Who did that? Henry Cho, River of Cho. So we got Mikhail artist proofs. We got the God of Gods. This guy is he's not a normal mortal human. Oh shit. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta ship something out to my guy there. Alright, so I gotta do a shipment. This guy is part of the break. Alright, we got a break going on this weekend. We're gonna break a sample pack this weekend, guys. All right, so when I say God of Gods, this is what I'm talking about. Alice Thorne. If you guys are just discovering the channel, you need to take notice. This guy painted these two things. Absolute freak show talent. So he's sending me a few more altars this week, and what cards did he do? We did Sky Baron by Drew Tucker, and he did, was it Windmill Dual Land by Elvira Palakowska, and Occult Ritual, Lindsay Crummett. He did a great concept on that one. So yeah, Alice Thorne, we got a few more coming from him. We got the Truett Parrish original paintings. I'm working on a private deal on 2 alpha foil complete sets. 2 deuces. And I have uncut sheets, non-foil uncut sheets. If you guys like, I have 2 things going on with the uncut sheets. I have several that I'm offering via consignment. We auctioned some of them, but we still have like at least 6 left, I think, of that set. And then I have several myself that I'm willing to offer for trade or sale if the conditions are right, because I really covet paintings more than anything else. So I have considered selling the non-foil uncut sheets to raise cash for paintings or to trade if you guys have painting. If you guys have a painting, let's say like you back the collector tier and you're like, sorcery, what is that? What is this guy talking about the sorcery market popping off? And you're watching this right now? I'm the guy that wants to buy your painting, please. If it's something that resonates strongly with me personally, I would love to acquire that personally. And I will trade you uncut sheets, old rare grail stuff. I got a lot of unique, like wild stuff that I could offer. So we could probably work out a deal, maybe cash plus trade or straight trade or whatever you're looking for. I'm sure we could work it out. So yeah, I'm sure there's collector tier backers that, just whatever. Maybe there's more into magic or something, or I don't know, some other nonsense. And you just want to get out of your painting. Fine. Trade it to someone who really cherish it, which is me. All right. Or if you want to consign it, I can. Oh, I actually have another painting coming. I just remembered. I'm going to have the 2 Truett Parish paintings. I'm also going to have a Sorcery original painting near term. And then at the Courtesan Cup, I'm going to showcase several pieces. And then after the Sorcery Spring Social Courtesan Cup, there'll be the Severn Pinu Crystal Dragon original painting, and then probably maybe 2 Sorcery original paintings. Alpha. All right? So really amazing stuff coming up. All right. Yeah, interesting times, guys. All right. Yeah, I can't believe how natural those look. Um, they're amazing. They don't look like real paintings. They're just like unbelievable. Um, what else is going on, guys? I'll probably wrap it up soon, but it's getting pretty late. I got to be a little more disciplined than this. What's this person talking about? Someone claims on the Facebook group that they heard that they said that the Gilded Aegis is going to be a hot card for AL. I don't know. Maybe they're talking to playtesters. It could get better, certainly. River up the ante on the Dead of Night Demon. So we're at 250 on that bad boy. Do you see this, dude? I was showing it. Look how sick this is, man. Isn't that unbelievable? This is top quality too. Dead of Night Demon. And it looks like this could be the card. It looks like a full art card. It looks like it could be like a horror movie poster. The Hills Have Eyes. I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. Look at this. Look at this juxtaposition of Grace and Freak Show. Grace, Freak. Grace, Freak. Real elegance. Absolute freak. All right. All right, hang on a second. Oh shit. I'm trying to see someone. Oh. That's nice. Yeah, I'm just seeing your message there, Juan. Thanks for joining the Patreon, man. Appreciate that. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on your message. Oh, so wait a minute here. Wait a minute, Joe. River, we got problems. So you bid 250 at 5 minutes ago. See, I'm being negligent here. At 11:21, Angerworm bid 250. Dude, this is a problem. People bid when I'm live here, so we got a bid from River of Cho on Facebook just before Angerworm at 250. And by the way, you should be watching my live, Angerworm. You scumbag. That son of a bitch. All right, so 250. Cho says 300. You can't bid in a live broadcast, dude. What a debacle here. How do I explain this? These are the hazards of mirroring the auction on Facebook and Discord. So here's the deal. Some people on Discord are not on Facebook. Some people on Facebook are not on Discord. So you mirror on both. It gives everybody equal opportunity. it casts a wider net for sellers, and it gives more buyers an opportunity. So, you know, I got to actively manage this. And I run auctions like 24/7 around the clock, so I sleep very little. I wake up in the middle of the night, bam, I'll get a phone, any new bids, but go back to sleep for a couple more hours, boom, any more bids? Nope. Sleep for an hour, bap. And that's the life, guys. And then you kind of age at 2x time, just like you watch your YouTube videos, and next thing you know, you're dead in your 40s. Somebody else gets to enjoy the paintings. All right, so what are we doing here, Cho? Always busting my chops. All right, so let me see. All right, so Angerworm left. That I called him a scumbag. Mike Da Vinci. That's not a bad name. That's solid. Da Vinci means from Venice or something. A lot of these Italian names, yeah, sleep in 20-minute slots. You know, you gotta stay on top of things because you got Angerworm slipping in bids while I'm live, trying to be a sneaky guy here. He's not supporting the channel at all. He's just kind of just slipping in bids when nobody's looking. All right, so we're at 250. 250. And River of Cho has top bid. I don't know, guys. It seems rude. I'm live and I'm managing an auction. I'm waiting for questions here. Oh, I always slip it in when nobody's looking. Explains a lot there. Explains a lot there, Anger. Looks like you only did it successfully one time now. So you got work to do. You gotta catch up to the big guy here. You know, 3 kids. 3 kids, 2 jobs. No problem. 2 hours of sleep. 20-minute shots. 20,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. Good to go. No problem. All right. Chop time for me, bud. Look at this, Anger. Look at this. Just a few minutes too late there. You got till 8 p.m. tomorrow night to think about it, though. Look at this. Who was the guy in Discord that said he was going to put it on his 3-year-old daughter's wall? That guy is an inspiration. Oh, Savage Knuckler. What an inspiration. 10 people laughed. One guy was terrified. He's like, what is that guy doing to that child? How many Pathfinder prints are left? Is there any of the larger ones? There's only 2 left and only of the 12x16. But the 12x16 is... So like I was telling you guys, I keep like 1 artist proof. So it's not part of the numbered series. It's like the artist proof. Like the first one the artist does to kind of like experiment with the design. I keep those. Just 1. And I have this pad folio. So I could showcase those on the channel and when I go to events. So when I go to the Corzin Cup, you're going to see a whole pad folio of all of the embellished print projects I've done with many different artists. It'd be really cool for people to see that in person and see the real deal. So in this case, I asked Drew, he's like, which one do you want, the 12x16 or the 13x19 as an artist proof? And I told him, I was like, let's go big, 13x19. But then I saw the 12x16 and I was like, damn it, that one is hot. Because it's so well proportioned and it's just like, it's a great size. Like when you add a frame, oftentimes, like my personal preference is I really enjoy adding a mat, like some matting to the frame, because it allows you to do a lot of things to play with the color of the piece. Like if I was going to frame this freak show right here, there's like so many directions you could go with this. You could like go with like a bright orange or a more subdued orange to like draw out the orange from the eyes, or like a yellow or even a red, you know, to play on the gum, freaky ass gums on this guy. And it adds like additional size to the piece. So when you frame that, like you're already at 12x16, you're probably going to add, 2 inches or so at a minimum. And let's say 1 to 2 inches minimum of a mat. And then the frame, sometimes you go with the thinner low profile frame or like a thick frame, you're at like, 18 by 20 at least in a heartbeat, if not 20 by 20, I don't know, 20 by 24 or something. You get a custom size or whatever you want, but it gets big fast. So the 12 by 16, long story short, the 12 by 16 is an amazing, perfect size. The one I just showed was 12 by 16 and it feels big. It's not lacking for size. Just like Angerworm, just slips it in there. No one notices. No one notices a thing. Next thing you know, he's a babysitter. All right. Savage Knuckler. Dad of the year. So what else is going on? Cores and Cups going to be a big deal. Real big, guys. Real big. A lot of locals are going. A lot of guilt tripping on bringing paintings. I'll definitely bring some paintings. I'm going to have like a few to showcase that are going to be going to auction after the event. But I might bring, I don't know, I might bring a couple from my personal collection. I got so much stuff to bring. I got those pad folios. The pad folios. That pad folio's got some interesting stuff in it. I might bring that. I'll probably bring that one. I got some like original. I got like a nice collection of original alpha sketches too, and some really cool stuff that's like you got to see in person to really appreciate. Yeah. So yeah, Emmett. Yeah, your kid's gonna your kid's got a interesting a future ahead. You know. You know. No big deal. I told I got like you guys have those Ring cameras. I use those Ring things for security at the house at the front door, and sends you these alerts, you know, and it says like there was a bear sighting, and like usually it tells you for the whole area. It's not always just your neighborhood, but I live like near this preserve that surrounds the neighborhood, so there's actually like a few bears in there, and they come out like on trash day sometimes and maul your shit and look for food. So I was telling my daughter, you know, so I told my wife, I was like, hey, I just got a notification the bears are out. And then like my 3-year-old was like, bears? She's like, Daddy, I'm scared. What do you mean the bears? There's bears out there? And then I was like, no. I was like, they sleep in the woods. But she wasn't satisfied. And I was like, well, they go to the trash can and they just eat your pizza. And she was like, bananas? Bananas? Apples? And I was like, yeah, they love apples. Then they go back and sleep in the woods. No big deal. So anyway, she's all scared about it. But she's not sleeping next to one of these, you absolute savage. You know? But this is what happens. You talk about bears, you end up with one of these. Good luck with that one. Then you need the heavy dose Robitussin to deal with that one. Did I see the ghost ship? I think the ghost ship sold. I did see it. You know what? I have a alpha foil stone that I'm trying to parlay for trade for a painting. So again, if you guys have paintings, if it's the right piece, you know, I would give up an alpha foil stone, the Grail of Sorcery, in trade. If it's the right piece. If anyone wants, a lot of people are missing that for their set. You know, they say they almost have a set and they don't have the alpha foil stone. Or like everybody wants an alpha foil stone. There's only 248. So in theory, if every single box is opened, no one keeps anything sealed, everyone plays nice and only keeps one copy of the alpha foil stone, you can only have 248 people that own one. But, you know, a lot of people have multiples. A lot of people don't open their boxes. So there's much less of them out in the wild. No, it's not graded because I'm not into grading, even though I'm going to do a graded I'm gonna do graded card auctions if people want to play ball, you know. It'll be interesting. Oh, Angerworms just slipped in the back door. We're at 3 hundo. Oh my god. We're at 3 hundo, baby. Chalk it up. River, you're getting smoked, my guy. Just registered it. Don't trade the alpha stone. That's the thing. Like some people are like, here's the thing. So I freaking asked the guy about I was like, we want to do that ghost ship. You want an alpha foil stone? He's like, I value it at 2 alpha foil stones. I was like, really? Well, go fuck yourself. He told me every painting he has is like the most significant, alpha grail you've ever seen. So chose slipping in illegal bids in the live stream. Yeah, so I was like, nah, yeah. It was like, first of all, I only have one. Secondly, you're a scumbag. But yeah, no, it's funny because people, some people think paintings like Daniel Chang, as he said on YouTube, it's got to be real. He said paintings age better than cards. Well, how about that one? So some people think like paintings have the best upside. I mean, they're one of one unique grails and they're freaking amazing, and they feel amazing to own. Or you could go with mass-produced machined art on cards. But you know, there's a wider, in theory, big broad market for cards. Everybody loves cards, right? So some people think the alpha foil, the grails, like the alpha foil stone, is going to vastly outperform any painting out there, even Sir Tristan, the monster. And other people think, nah, you're a maniac. There's 248 alpha foil stones, which is, again, is nothing, especially relative to market size and demand. And there's only one of each painting. So I don't know. Some people think the card will do better. Some people think the painting. We should run a poll. It'd be interesting to see what'll outperform, the alpha grails or the paintings, or what. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you're just a collector or just passionate art enthusiast. You do it because you love the actual painting. But yeah, hold that thought on Jesse. I don't know. Maybe be some Jesse stuff coming. Maybe in due time, my friends. Any Elvira Shakarova embellished prints plan? Yeah, maybe after Arthurian Legends. She's super busy. The thing is, we've done embellished prints of the mix. It was a set. This was a little tougher. So I worked with Elvira, and we did. So I've offered all of the Alchemy 9 as embellished prints. First one we did was the Philosopher's Stone. And then I did a collaboration with the great Melissa Benson, and we did her 4 core paintings as embellished prints. Amazing, because she printed it, digitally removed the stone. We used the same concept that we did for the first original limited embellished print series of 10 Philosopher's Stones. Severin printed it digitally. You know what? I got to go to this was really incredible. I got to go back to this to really show you guys the real deal. So if you go to Facebook, there you go. The auction's at 300. And then, so I mentioned I got the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Group. 3,940 people on the dot. We got to get to 4,000, guys. Help me out. Please invite your friends to this group. We got to get to 4,000. We're so freaking close. A few people join a day. There's been nice, steady growth, right? But when things come out once a year, it really does ebb and flow. So I got that. I have the Sorcery Contested Realm Marketplace Buy, Sell, and Trade is my group. There's, how many people are in here? 3,510 people in there. So the community group's the largest sorcery group on Facebook. The Buy, Sell, Trade group's the second largest, 3,500 people, right? And then there's the, let me see. Sorcery, all right, I have the Sorcery Contested Realm SCR Art Market is also my group. And there's 692 members there. So take a look at this, guys. Oh, I almost forgot it. Look at this freaking, we did this elemental avatar. And this was another concept too, where she did this digital, or she did this, what do you call it? The stone eclipse. And you see it's numbered to 100. 11 of 100 of, well, this is number 11 of 100. So we did an embellished print concept of this. That was limited to 10 copies. But then we did a print. We said we'd do that kind of like printed demand almost. Like she's printing off like 5 to 10 at a time. And then I offer them. We sell out. We do more. I think we've sold like in the 10 to 15 neighborhood of those. But we won't do more than 100. So that'll be a limited series. But it's at a more approachable price point of like $250, I think it was. I want to say it was $250 for that one. Numbered to 100, signed by Severin. But what I'm looking for is, and here's the embellished eclipse. Look at that. These embellishments are beautiful. So I'll bring all my embellished prints, but I'll showcase all of these. This was the 1 of 10, but I'll show them all at the Baltimore event. Here's the one I was talking about. So we did this Philo Dragon concept. You see that? So we took, like, I showed you the original painting a little bit ago, and this is what the original, this actually is the original painting in the middle. This was the print we did of it, so it's just a smaller size, and that was a limited series print. And then we did a limited series embellished print of the stone. So I want to say there was 10 of the stone and then 10 of these, and that completely sold out. So most people bought that pair, but the original painting is still available, and I'll bring that to the Courtesan Cup to showcase, and then we'll auction that. This was a cool look at it. So a lot of people bought the pair, so they have this and the print. They were in the background in the stack. And then the Avatar Eclipse. Jesse's got one of those in his store. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, so here you go, man. You were asking Juan, I think it was. Or was it? No, it was Tom. You were asking about the two different sizes of these. This is the 13 by 19. This is the 12 by 16. They're both huge. You're looking relative to the 2-player playmat, which this was on my desk and I'm broadcasting from right now. And you see it's only like a few inches taller. Slightly wider, 13 inches wide instead of 12 inches, and then 16 instead of 19. So you had 3 inches taller there. But see how nicely balanced this is? This is going to frame amazingly well. And there's only 2 left of those in that size. $500. Oh wait, 3 copies. I wonder if that's up to date. It's either 2 or 3 of those left. I think it's 2. I got to double check and make sure that listing is current. Yeah, here's one of the mix embellished print concepts we did with Elvira. These are all sold out, or at least claimed. There's a few more she's got to do to finish out the series. But this was offered as a series of 4. Yeah, Tom, you should pick it up, dude. It's freaking awesome. You'll definitely love it. Yeah, I sold this one. I misjudged it. This was stupid. This guy got this for a steal, man. It's a Curio Far East Assassin. I made a mistake on this one because I set the bin at like $5K. This was before the art market took another massive leg higher, but the bin sold out within minutes. And yeah, lucky him. It's a great piece he owns. Here's another embellished print concept I did with Marta Molina. So this is a crossover concept. So very early on, I said to Marta, I was like, "You are the one of the greatest alterists. It's you, Elvira Shakarova, Kyle Calazans, the 3 artists commissioned for Sorcery." And now we discovered Vivian Calazans, which is Kyle's wife, and Atlas Thorne, who is a prodigy, absolute freak show talent, like mind blowing beyond my wildest dreams. I absolutely love that guy. So I said, Marta, like, we gotta like bring. I've seen you do these like paired cards, right? Well, here's an idea I want to do. I want to do a crossover concept where we take 2 concepts from the game and we bring it to life through real art. And we could do that through the embellished prints, but this was an original painting, right? So this was I think we ran this for auction and then it didn't quite hit reserve, so I ended up selling that privately. But this was a redone original painting of the Pristine Paradise with the Marine Voyage ship sailing through the Pristine Paradise. So it was like amazing. Sorcery tells a story, as they say, right? That's the idea of the game. And then these art concepts bring the game to life through full-scale, 100% hand-painted traditional art, merging 2 concepts, in this case 2 of Marta's concepts, the Pristine Paradise and the Marine Voyage. And it looks like a little gondola-type sailboat right out of Italy, traversing through the Pristine Paradise. Maybe Spain, since that's where Marta's from. But that was gorgeous. Man, look at this. Imagine if I offered this painting. I don't know if the guy wants to let it go. He's got this like unbelievable frame on this. This is the Ordinary Counterspell. So I've pulled a couple of these in sample packs. It was a card that was not used for alpha. And I know the guy that owns the original painting. I've actually sold a few paintings for him. And one was the Dalcian Phalanx. But a couple others as well. And Yeah, he owns this piece, man. We might bring it to market someday. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Hit me up if you have interest in this. He's a very private guy, and if the price is right, maybe he would be willing to let this go. I don't know. His price, his acquisition cost on this was significant because Francesca's pieces were always above market at the time, right? There's a lot of other artists that were selling too low early on, just too cheap, fundamentally. But she was savvy and approached it wisely and right from the get go, and hers were a little higher. And it was hard in the early days. We had to do some price discovery through the auctions to really figure out. I sold this one too for Vincent Pompetti, the original ruler of Thule. Great one. Everything that's sold in the past feels too cheap. And that's what we were talking about when the market exploded because the demand just increases. The whale buyers, the big magic art collectors, just art enthusiasts in general, they're flooding in, right? Here's another of the Philo Stone embellished print concepts we did. The Galaxy Stone from Severin. here's one of the first originals that I was talking about. This is kind of what I was looking for, but digitally removed the stone, and then she completely rehand painted the stone on each of the 10 of these, and then she added these gold leaf embellishments as accents. The Philosopher's Stone, man, such a grail artwork, so good, so good. Buddy of mine bought this painting, friggin' amazing. Why didn't I buy that? Some kind of jackass moron. I messed up, guys. I made a mistake. Should have done it. I think Severin took this picture at her home. This is her hardwood floor. I don't know. I think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was the guy that bought it. But dude, what a freaking painting to acquire from Severin. 2015. She's so good, man. What a blessing and a gift to sorcery she is. Yeah, dude. I should be. Oh, shit. Did I miss the spot? Ah, that was just at one of the painting commissions we did with Mikhail. Yeah, here's the you see these? These are the embellished print concepts. So similar idea, digitally removed, and Melissa Benson completely recreated those, the stones, the cores. Really, really nice. Great job. Yeah, look at this. This was a painting commission I did for someone in my Patreon that wanted to commission one of the sorcery artists. And he told me, like, he's telling me about these monkeys and magic. I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about monkeys. What do you mean an Arctic monkey? What do you mean? What do you mean magic? What's that? What are you talking about, dude? Like spells, wizards and shit. So he said there's like these Arctic monkeys in this magic thing, and there's a name for them. These goofy monkeys, right? And he was like, I need some on the. It's resized on me. What happened there? I need some monkeys. Oh wow, that's interesting. So he tells me he needs some monkeys in the sinkhole. So I was like, all right. So I was like, Mikhail, look, what do you know about monkeys? He's like, monkeys? I'm like the god of animals. I could do anything I want to do. He's a very modest, humble guy. Too humble. He's such a mega talent. Look how amazing this piece is. So he's like, all right, yeah, you want an Arctic? You called it like an Arctic. We called it the exotic sinkhole. He's like, I got your exotic sinkhole, Mike. Give me 2 days. No problem. Exotic sinkhole. Yeah, my connection slowed. I don't know. I got poor connection. So he did this, like, this is a complete painting of the sinkhole, and then he masterfully wove in these more like exotic looking trees, like an island setting with these Arctic monkeys. There's one swinging from the trees in the background here, and then a few in the front. Dude, the guy's unbelievable. Mikhail can do like truly anything. Ay, 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 ay. I got to get to sleep soon. There's our guy Tom. Oh, you know what, guys? I sold this painting too. The Tower of Babel. Dan Seagrave. That was a mistake, man. I should have kept that one for sure. But yeah, I sold that one, and I own these early playtest cards right here. The Apex of Babel and the base. They're really early playtest cards. But yeah, really amazing. It was a singular painting that they broke into 2 cards. And the idea was like once these conjoin in the realm, these 2 Atlas sites, it has like a special effect. But yeah, nice walk down memory lane. You go into like any of these groups and then like go back to the community group, right? Because that's like the biggest group. I've been posting for 2 years, and so have so many other people. You go to the main group, and you wander over here to the recent media and click see all. Just scroll through, man. Look at all the awesome posts, all the great stuff people are sharing. Entire set of alpha foils. So much original art. People showing off their spoils of war, winning at the LGS. So much great stuff going on, man. It's a great community. Look at that, Sir Tristan. Oh, that's the spellcraft. I misclicked. There's your Sir Tristan. That goofball holding it. What are these, vending machines? People trolling me over here. Oh, the guy went to Korea with his wife. That's cool. Atlas Thorn, man. Freaking unbelievable. Such a hero. I don't know, guys. That's about it. It's almost midnight. I really should go to sleep. So look, we're going to have a sample pack break on Sunday. 4 o'clock Eastern time is the target. There's Atlas, man. What a stud. Look at this guy. This guy's a legend. The legend we don't deserve. Sunday. 4 p.m. Eastern. Sample pack break. Yeah, I gotta mail that off. I don't know, man. I'm getting a little low on sample packs. We got a few here. So we're gonna do some of those. Got that one. Got a guy, just bought a couple more. I bought a couple more, guys. Couple more. To keep the magic alive. And we're gonna do a break on Sunday. That's sold out. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. I got to get to sleep. Appreciate you hanging out. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Summer of Grails. There's a lot of great stuff coming up. A lot of great artist proofs. Original paintings coming. Grail high-end alpha cards. Closing a deal on 2 sets. Full alpha sets. But I'm going to have some A9 cards coming up. I'll probably do a set of the 4 mixes. Alpha, foil. And each of the 4 cores individually. So if you're trying to complete that set, you need the cores. You look forward to those. I don't know. It's going to be a wild summer of Grails. The action never stops. The pace never slows. Take care, everybody. We'll see you. Please come to the Sorcery Spring Social, Cores and Cup. Meet up in person, hang out. We're going to hang out with the artists, have some drinks, have some laughs. Good time for sure. Maybe have no mercy on some noobs. Try to help people not misplay. That's kind of what I'm all about, what the channel's all about. Take care, guys. Have a good night.